prior to our arrival into Senegal, we'll be offering you a light snack with limited beverages. We do remind you that it is the turbulence season. We'll be experiencing turbulence throughout our crossing over the Atlantic.
Hey everyone, welcome to a very rainy and miserable JFK, where we're going to catch a flight to Dakar, Senegal tonight. This evening's journey to West Africa begins in Terminal 4. Originally, we were supposed to be flying out of Terminal 1 with Air Senegal on board one of their new A330s, but late in August we were informed that Air Senegal cancelled our trip and would no longer be operating flights to the US. When that flight was cancelled, it was too late for us to cancel our trip to Senegal because we had already booked our hotels and onward flights, but thankfully Delta operates direct flights from JFK to Dakar, and we were able to book seats in economy for only 25,000 miles. The whole check-in process was a breeze, and we were able to check our bags for free since we used miles. Once we cleared security, we headed to the Chase Sapphire Lounge, but it was very crowded, so we scrapped that idea and walked towards the gate instead. So we couldn't get into the Chase Lounge, and my wife didn't want to go to any of the other lounges here, so I just paid $8 for a slice of pizza, and we're just waiting for our flight to board. Tonight we'll be flying aboard a 767-300. Delta has 40 of these planes in service, but is looking to retire these jets by 2030. The last time I flew aboard one of Delta's 767 was a few years ago when I traveled to LA, but this will be the first time in quite a while that I've flown internationally with Delta.
Zone 3. Zone 1, 2, and 3, you're welcome to board. If you're seated in comfort, you're welcome to board.
Boarding was a bit chaotic. We were in group 6, but that didn't seem to matter since it didn't look like anyone was boarding with their group and the staff didn't seem to care. The gate agents were very strict though when it came to enforcing the carry-on bag policy.
Once again, if you have more than 2 items, we are tagging your third piece. Please consolidate before boarding.
This plane has 26 business class seats, 18 premium economy seats, 21 Comfort Plus seats, and 151 regular economy seats where I'll be sitting tonight. All the seats in economy are in a 2-3-2 configuration. I was sat in 48G, and I found this seat to be comfortable and well appointed. There was a nice amount of legroom, plenty of storage space in the seat back pocket, and universal outlets between the seats. The tray table was large and folded down like this, and the IFE screen in the headrest had a USB port. The seat also reclined and had an adjustable headrest. There were also overhead reading lights and air vents, and when we got on board, a pillow and a blanket were waiting for us. Alright, so we made it on board. It looks like it's a completely full flight. I wasn't expecting that. Boarding was definitely a bit chaotic, but hopefully this is a good flight. Storage space was at a premium as more and more people got on board. This plane has large bins near the fuselage, but the ones in the center are quite small. And I ended up sticking my bag underneath the seat in front of me. As the crew handed out some earbuds, the captain made an announcement that we would be delayed.
We know we are now 8 minutes past our departure time. Our ground crew is having issues loading all the bags, and of course the heavy rain is not helping the situation. We have a lot of carry-on bags being processed right now. They tell me that it's going to take a few more minutes to get that all accomplished.
We ended up being delayed by about an hour, but eventually the cabin doors were closed and we pushed back from the gate.
Flight time to Dakar this evening, 7 hours and 18 minutes. We do expect some few bumps in our initial climb out in the first hour of our cruise flight due to that heavy weather that's moving through the northeast.
Delta also operates direct flights from JFK to Ghana and Nigeria, although it looks like they operate their new A330-900 Neos on those routes. As you heard the captain mention, this flight across the Atlantic will take about 7 hours and 18 minutes and will see us land around 8 in the morning local time. So we're up in the air now, and it's definitely pretty bumpy, but not too bad. And it looks like the crew's going to start serving dinner soon, which is good because I'm very hungry. We ended up being served a little after 10 o'clock, and we could choose between chicken, beef, or a fish entree, and I ended up going with the fish. This was served with a little side salad, some cheese and crackers, and a brownie for dessert. Normally I would avoid ordering fish on a plane, but I was feeling adventurous tonight. And overall, the fish was fine. It wasn't the best I've ever had, but it wasn't terrible either. My wife is vegan, and unfortunately we forgot to pre-order her a vegan meal. So since I was so hungry, she ordered the chicken and gave it to me. The chicken came with carrots, green beans, and mashed potatoes, and was alright overall. So we just finished dinner. I was really impressed that Delta offered 3 entree options. They had beef, chicken, or fish. I went with the fish, which was good. That was my first choice, but my wife forgot to get her a vegan meal ahead of time, so she just got the chicken and I ate that too. The meals were both very solid, good overall. Not the best economy meal I've ever had, not mind-blowing or anything, but they got the job done. I was happy overall. After dinner was cleared away, the cabin lights were dimmed, and I decided to go freshen up in the lavatory. There were 6 lavatories on board, and they were kept nice and clean throughout the entire flight. Once I was finished, I headed back to my seat so I could settle in for the rest of the flight. I wasn't really tired yet, so I decided to check out the IFE system. There were tons of options available, and I was able to find something to watch pretty easily. This plane has Wi-Fi, but there were technical issues on tonight's flight, so it didn't work that well. Delta did tell us about this beforehand, though. At just over 7 hours long, this flight wasn't very long, and passed by pretty quickly, especially after a few movies. The cabin lights were turned on with about 1 hour and 15 minutes left in the flight, and the crew got to work serving the pre-landing snack. For this meal, we could choose between an egg and cheese calzone or a hazelnut calzone. Alright, so we just finished breakfast and it was pretty good. I was really impressed again that they had 2 options. It was really nice to have a warm kind of snack before we land, and we're going to land in about half an hour.
Delta Airlines would love to welcome you to Senegal, where the local time in Dakar is approximately 9:10 a.m. Delta Airlines, part of the Sky team, would like to thank you for flying with us. We wish everyone a pleasant and safe day.
Although I was definitely disappointed that I didn't get to fly with Air Senegal tonight, this trip to West Africa with Delta was a pleasant experience overall despite the delay. The seat was comfortable, the food was solid, and the crew was very professional. I'd be happy to fly on a long-haul international flight with Delta again, and this experience has me eager to try out their new A330neos and A350s. Alright, we made it to Dakar. It was a nice flight overall. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.